The rain poured relentlessly outside, hammering against my car's windshield as I navigated the winding, isolated roads. My name is Alex, and I was on a late-night pizza delivery for Tony's Pizzeria, a job I had taken to make ends meet during these tough times. This delivery was different, though. It was to a remote cabin nestled deep in the woods, and the call had come in with a strange, eerie tone. The address on the receipt led me to a road that seemed to go on forever. My GPS signal had vanished, leaving me alone in the dark with only the faint glow of my car's headlights to guide me. The woods loomed on either side, their twisted branches casting eerie shadows. A shiver ran down my spine as I recalled the warnings I had heard about strange happenings in this area. Finally, I reached the cabin. It was old and dilapidated, looking as if it had been abandoned for years. The porch light flickered ominously, casting unsettling shadows across the peeling paint. I hesitated for a moment, my instincts telling me to turn back, but the $100 tip promised for this delivery was too tempting to resist. I grabbed the pizza box and knocked on the creaky wooden door. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the relentless drumming of the rain. After what felt like an eternity, the door slowly creaked open, revealing a figure obscured by darkness. "Hello," I called out, my voice trembling. The figure stepped into the dim light, revealing a man in his 40s with disheveled hair and wild eyes.
Thank you so much for watching.
His pale, gaunt face sent a chill down my spine. He didn't say a word, just reached out and took the pizza box from my trembling hands. As he handed me a crumpled $100 bill, his fingers brushed against mine, sending a shock of cold through my body. "Thanks," I managed to stammer, eager to get away from this unsettling place. I turned to leave, but before I could take a step, the man whispered, "Wait." I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. He beckoned me closer, and against my better judgment, I approached him. He leaned in and spoke in a hushed, trembling voice. "You need to leave," he whispered urgently. "They're coming for you. Get out of here, now." My blood ran cold, and I backed away from the man, stumbling down the rickety porch steps. Without another word, I sprinted back to my car, not daring to look back. As I sped away, the image of the man's terrified face haunted me. I thought I had escaped, but the worst was yet to come. Just a few miles down the road, my car's engine sputtered and died. I was stranded in the middle of the woods, surrounded by darkness and pouring rain. Panic set in as I fumbled for my phone, only to find that I had no signal. I decided to walk back to civilization, but the forest seemed to close in around me, the trees growing denser and more ominous with every step. Strange sounds echoed through the darkness, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Hours passed, and exhaustion took hold. Just as I was about to give up hope, I stumbled upon an old, decrepit cabin, much like the one I had delivered the pizza to earlier. Desperation forced me to knock on the door, and it creaked open just like before. Inside, the cabin was filled with flickering candlelight, casting eerie shadows on the walls. I called out, but there was no response. I cautiously stepped further inside, my heart pounding in my chest. And then I saw them. A group of people in tattered clothes, their eyes vacant, standing in a circle around a table. On that table lay the empty pizza box, and in its place was a grotesque sight. A heart, still beating, surrounded by strange symbols and candles. I stumbled backward, terror gripping me. My mind raced as I realized the horrifying truth. I had delivered the pizza to a cult, and they were performing some unspeakable ritual. Before I could react, the cultists turned toward me, their lifeless eyes locking onto mine. In unison, they chanted in a language I couldn't understand, and I felt an icy grip wrap around my soul. As I fell to my knees, overwhelmed by fear and despair, the cultists advanced on me, their intentions clear. I had walked into a nightmare, and there was no escape.